you getting bored with your cooking and you want to find something just a little more? Well, we found it right here in St. Charles at Hendricksons. It's more than just a salad dressing, it's also a marinade and a seasoning. And today we're going to show you just how they do it. We're here today with Mike Schinker and Hendricksons, and he's going to tell us all about it. Thank you for letting us shoot right here and find out all about your company.
Well, Hendricksons is a name that's been around St. Louis for many, many years. It started actually at the turn of the 20th century, and they were a beer garden. And strong relationships with the Anheuser-Busch family before they were even incorporated. And with Prohibition, they shut that down, and then they started the Hendricksons Cafeteria. Okay. And that ran from the early 1930s until the late 1960s. During that time,
where was that downtown?
They had two locations. The first one was at Arlington and Easton, and the other one was Union, right down from the GM plant.
Right, okay.
So in the late 1960s, they shut down, and they had a popular following for selling their salad dressing, which had been originated when they first got started in the 1930s. So at that time, they started a small salad dressing company. We've been producing it ever since. And actually, it's been produced nonstop since the since the 1930s.
Excellent. Now, how did you get here in St. Charles?
Well, actually, I lived here.
Okay, good reason.
And we were in downtown St. Louis, and so I decided to move it down here. There was great opportunities, nice places to rent.
Right. Well, tell us how you make a salad dressing.
Well, actually, it's pretty easy. It's called a cold pack. So we mix the ingredients. We don't have to cook them or anything. And then we have packaging equipment. We fill the bottles and put them in boxes and send it out. We can make about 10,000 bottles in a day here at this plant. 10,000.
So do you sell primarily to restaurants? I can buy it in the grocery stores. Tell us where you get them.
Well, we kind of sell to everybody and anybody. We have 25,000 mail order customers across the United States.
Okay.
We sell in grocery stores from New York to California. We're probably in about 25% of the stores in the United States. So we will sell in through what we call all distribution channels. We sell it to consumers who don't have any stores nearby. We'll sell it directly to small stores and ship via UPS, or we'll send truckloads out to major distribution houses, and they will distribute to the stores.
Okay. Can I go online and buy it directly?
We do have a website at hendricksons.com.
Okay.
But your best bet and your best deals are going to be at the grocery stores. And we get a lot of support from the local grocery stores here in St. Louis, and they're really a pleasure to work with and been very supportive over the years.
Good. Well, you should. You're from St. Louis, started right here. Tell us about how many employees you have and how do you go about finding a good employee?
We actually are very lean and mean here. We have to compete with the largest food companies in the world. So if we're going to survive and get the space on the shelves in the stores, we're going to have to be able to produce the product at a very reasonable rate. So we're highly automated here. We literally put an empty bottle on the line, and it comes out full on the other end in a box, dated, labeled, and ready to put on a pallet and ship out. So we have 2 full-time employees, and I'm one of them.
Okay.
And we wear a lot of hats. We're lean to the bone, and I have 4 part-time employees who work for me and do various jobs out on the line.
Do you ever come up with a new salad dressing, or do you have just the standards that you've been doing for years?
Well, our original salad dressing that I was saying before was originated in the 1930s. We have that, but just recently we've created 2 new salad dressings, the red bell pepper and the classic Italian.
And that's good. That's really good.
The Food and Drug Administration gives us very good suggestions as to the way they want things to go, and they're looking for things to be less salt and less sugar. And our original is very good because it's got a lot of those things in it. So we tried to come up with something that was, healthier, but at the same time good tasting. So, these are our, forays into the future to try to stay up to date.
Right. Now, do you do recipes? Can I get a recipe from you as to how I use your salad dressing?
We've distributed somewhere in the area between 500,000 and 1,000,000 recipes. Those are available on our website, and we also have printed copies that are available in the stores. And we have like a marketing program, and they call it a shipper. And our shipper has these recipes printed in them. The recipes go back all the way to the 1930s, and they were originated at the time with the salad dressing, and you make them all with that. People can call us, we can mail them to them, or they can go on the website. A good number of people who buy our salad dressing will grill with it, and it is really great to grill. You can marinate it, you can baste it on as you're cooking, or in some cases you use it as a post marinade. And we're just kind of learning about that too, and we'll get a lot of input back from our customers as to how they use it.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, tell us, do you get to spend some time back in the community? What do you do that way?
Well, we'll donate to any legitimate charity. In some cases, like we had the Korean War veterans call us up in Indiana, and we sent them 30 cases of dressing so that every single one of them could have a bottle of dressing. So, you know, we really are happy to do that.
That's good. Well, it gets your name out, but then you're helping out in the community too.
Sure, sure. It works both ways.
Tell us about the process. You say it's a cold pack, but I'm not sure I know what that means. You don't have to cook, obviously, but I'm sure that, do you make all the ingredients? You have to mix all the ingredients and put it somewhere along the line so that it all falls into the right place.
Sure, sure. And what we start with is massive amounts of raw ingredients. And we'll bring in tank trucks and truckloads of sugar and vinegar and loads of spices. And what we do is we combine those in a mixer, and then we pump them over to a filling machine, and we fill the bottles. And the bottles are then prepared for sale with labels and caps and put into boxes. Hendricksons is made from all natural ingredients. We don't put any chemical preservatives or anything like that in it.
So you were saying you and one other person and some part-time people, how many bottles a day are you making?
We can make up to between 8,000 and 10,000 bottles a day.
Oh my.
It is very interesting that over the years we've started growing relationships with other companies like ours. Older salad dressings. We co-packed the Vivian's salad dressing from Tucker Foods, and that originated in the 1940s. And just recently we're working with somebody that had a restaurant in the Springfield market in Illinois, and it's called Stevie's, and they've been around for at least 50 years, and we'll be producing their salad dressing soon too.
Okay. I've seen you on the shelves, and I know you're very popular. What do you think makes you popular?
Well, I mean, we've been around for a very long time, so people will relate back to their childhood and raising their families, or even going to the cafeteria. We still get lots of calls from people who used to visit the cafeteria as adults and as children. But the dressing itself kind of strikes a chord, first of all, because it's a unique taste. There really isn't anything out there that tastes like it. It's a sweet, sour. The other thing is that it's very flexible. You can do a lot of things with it. You can marinate, you can and grill with it, you can put it into the recipes, you can use it as a salad dressing, you can make a great coleslaw with it. It also reaches to several different market segments. First of all, people who like to cook. It's kosher. It's also gluten-free, and there's a lot of people these days that are starting to come up with, they're finding out that they have celiac disease or that they are allergic to wheat.
Right.
And so it's gluten-free. We have a lot of people buy it for that. It's also fat-free, so there's not a lot of oil in there. So we reach out to a lot of different people in a lot of different ways, and that's our strong point.
All the right things, for sure.
It's a neat story because what I come out with is that everybody that I talk to, 99.99% of the people that I'm in contact with, be it professionally in the selling of the product or being it consumers just buying or asking questions, it's really neat. People are truly, truly nice.
Well, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
You're certainly welcome. It was a pleasure having you here.